Good morning, everyone. Well, it's super early again, and we're back at the cow shed. I know we've got a ton of straw in here. We're getting to the end of the hay, so we gotta have to get some hay done soon for these old girls. Let's see here. Come on, there you go. There we go. Grab one of those. Just gonna feed them the last of this stuff, I think. Oops. Make a mess of it while I'm here. Let's get a little tight in here. I need to reorganize this barn too while I'm in here at some point before we put in the new stuff, which we're going to make today. Gonna bring in a helper, I hope, a helper or two. See if we can get other people involved. I've opened up a multiplayer Discord. Links down below. I'd love to play with you guys if I could. So if you get a moment, hit me up on that Discord. Sign up. And we'll see if we can get everybody in for some playtime. Basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build a crew, because I've got a bunch of stuff to do at harvest time. Oh, I guess that took. Should I take another one in? That'll probably hold them for today. Don't want to feed them on the hay or on the silage individually, because the game puts in stuff for the when you feed them with the mixer wagon. When you feed them power food, it gives them food that way too. It gives them hay and silage with that mix also. So if you overfill on it, it throws your count off, and the next thing you know, you can never really get caught up on the power food, and your productivity takes a hit, and you can't quite go 2 days without or 3 days without feeding them, because you find your power food disappears faster than 3 days, but you still got, you know, silage and hay left over. It's kind of a pain, but you know, once you get used to that system, you kind of work your way around it. Alright, there you go. Grab this thing. Just go give them a quick little clean out. Alright, so I got the mower up here. I got one of the boys on the way up with another mower. We'll get the stuff mowed and tedded today, and then tomorrow we'll come back and do our baling. Let's see here. Nope, stuck on something. Yeah, a little bit too close to that wall right there. That was ambitious. Turn that off. There we go. What do we got in here? Oh, come on, stop it. Alright, and here we go. And there, alright. It's not bad, that's pretty clean. Let's see if we can get the rest of it in there. Alright, and just scoop that over into the feeding trough. There we go. One more little pass here. And into the feeding trough. There we go. Just a little cleanup here. And that should do them for today. We'll get to work. And then we'll get them sorted with some power food at the end of the day. Alright, just close that off. These girls will be fine. Ah, here's Film. Ah, how you doing, buddy?
Evening.
Good evening.
Morning.
Evening from Australia. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of mowing today. So follow me. I'm just gonna walk you down here. We're gonna do the two fields that are just down this way. So have you worked with one of those tow behind mowers before?
I haven't. I'm usually using the standard stuff. So.
Okay, cool. So here's how you do it. You just basically come on in, and then I usually drive so that the mower is on the inside of the field.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you drive on the verge to do the first row on the outside, and then there you go. Come on in. That's it. Beautiful. Keep it a little bit more. Oops. Okay, you're gonna want to put it in 4-wheel drive. So you hit the shift 4, 5, and 6, and that'll give you a bit more traction. There you go. Now you'll have some power.
There we go.
There you go. Beautiful. Okay. So I'm going to close this gate here so that you can do the first rounds without getting hooked up on it. So you're going to head towards your left. If you go ahead and lower that down and unfold it. And now try heading in the other direction and stay to the outside of the field and mow on the inside. So go to your left.
No worries.
All right. Beautiful. All right, let me go get my machine now. Yeah, just gonna cut through this hedge.
Yep.
So how do you pronounce your nickname? Filmogriter?
Filmogriter.
Filmogriter. So what does that stand for?
Filmmaker, photographer, writer.
Ah, there you go. Multifaceted.
I'll try to be.
Whoops. Oops. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Don't do that. Hang on. I'm jackknifing my mower now.
Yeah, it seems pretty easy to do in this little fence as well.
Yeah. Best not to mow backwards. Let's get her turned.
Is that what I've been doing wrong all this time?
Yeah. Only go forward. Only go forward. All right. That's good. Back that into there. A little bit more into there. Okay. And a bit more this way. Oops, that way. All right, I got to get this big. I got the 8 meter or the 4 meter one version of what you got, so it's a bit more of a challenge to maneuver around. But once it gets going, it's a good mower. All right, let's see here. All right. Here's the gate right here. Have you been around once yet?
I haven't been around at all yet. This MR doesn't like it. So.
The MR doesn't like it?
It doesn't seem to like it. It doesn't want to turn the tractor. So.
All right, let's see what you got here. So go ahead and turn the mower on. So if you hit the B button, I think you got to hit X first to unfold it. There you go. Now unfold it with the X.
She goes.
Is she going?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and start moving forward. There you go. Now you're going.
All right,
go
let's
up
see
the
how
hill.
this MR goes. It wants to push my tractor to the left. So.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get a little bit of push and pull. So I think you're up against the stone wall right now. So give it a bit of room. You don't have to be right up against the wall. Like you see where these tall weeds are?
Yep.
You just try to keep your left wheel on that.
Yeah, just keeps wanting to push to the left, so.
Little bit heavy. There you go. Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting her. Yeah. So
right,
just compensate for it.
It's not gonna be very straight.
That's all right. Once you get the forward momentum going, she should stay more or less straight for you. All right, let me get myself into the field now. All right. Raise that up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got almost a full right lock on it now.
Okay. You'll probably have challenges going uphill. It'll probably be better for you going downhill. All right, and here she comes into the field. Good. All right. Yeah, working these machines with the MR on can be a challenge. But, you know,
I tried it once.
Farming is easy. Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
I remember my first week with it. None of my normal tools would work. It got fairly aggravating, but now that I'm used to it, I just can't play without it.
Whoa, lag.
Lag hit there.
Yep. Hope you're following my wiggly line due to lag.
There we go. I'm gonna follow right behind you here. Let's see if I can drop this a bit. Fold it up a little bit. There we go. A little bit better going downhill now.
Yeah, she is. Still suffering a bit of lag, so I'm sitting up at 150 at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well, just take your time. Let the lag pass and work at whatever speed you feel is comfortable. I'm going to go up and pick up a little bit more towards the fence here. Clean up your lines a wee little bit.
They might need cleaning up.
Definitely. Yeah. Once we're going, it'll be a lot easier because you'll be able to just follow the path of the mower and get yourself through there.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of push to the left on the tractor and then jump forwards due to lag. So
yeah.
Good old Australian internet.
So how did you come to the channel?
Just an interest in farming sim and watching a lot of channels, and you kind of you basically you end up sort of finding other names and starting to follow other YouTubers.
Yeah, that's it.
I've been really enjoyed the style of your gameplay, so
oh,
it's quite
okay.
interesting.
You like the storytelling kind of stuff.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Being a writer, obviously, it sort of adds a little bit of a spin to the normal YouTubing, doesn't it?
That's it. Yeah, I don't know if I could do it otherwise. I'm always, I mean, when I play it on my own, I'm always telling myself stories to motivate why I would do things. Because it's one of those games that's, because it's such a sandbox, I feel you kind of need to have that sort of motivation for things, or else all you're doing is chasing dollar amounts. So
yeah, and I think simulation is in effect a bit of role play anyway, isn't it? I mean,
it is.
That's what simulation's all about. So
that's it. You're doing stuff that you would otherwise never do in real life, right? You'd never have an opportunity to operate machinery or to farm or to run something in real life. So you play a simulator game to do it. So anyway, that's sort of. It kind of feels kind of odd at times. Oops, are you okay?
Yeah, can you see this tractor pushing to the left and stuff? Yeah. It's causing quite a few problems.
Okay, you know what we could do then? Maybe we need to put a front weight on you.
It might help actually quite a bit.
Yeah, let's do that. Lift. Hang on a second. We're just going to leave that mower right there. Turn it off, and then we're just going to do this, and we're going to unhook it. Hit the lower button on it. Hit the V. Okay, come back down and come and join me down at the farm. I'm going to give you a weight off of one of my little tractors down there, and we'll see if that sorts out your driving issue. The thing about MR is that it's always. Oh, hang on a second. Can you come through this gate here? Yeah, come through here.
Yep.
Yeah, and if you can squeeze through this baler. Just going to take this guy. There he is.
Just going to lag through that gate. This lag's awesome. It throws you forward 20 or 30 metres into buildings.
Alright, so now take that. Alright, right there. Just do this. Let me unhook that. Park this guy just off to one side. So you see where I was parked right back there? There's a 1,000-pound weight sitting there. So we'll hook that onto you. And see if that steadies her a little bit more. If you just come nose into this. And a little bit more. And gotcha. Alright, hit the V button to raise it. There you go. Alright, let's try that out. Let's see if that stabilizes things. I would have thought the little Fendt 300 would have had a lot of horsepower and a lot of weight to be able to run the that small mower, but I guess the hills are what get you, right?
Yeah, and I think it's a it's still a pretty small tractor, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. All right, let's run through here. Beautiful. Nice little shortcut. Perfect. Nailed it.
If I run you over due to lag, I might start receiving hate mail from all your fans.
I think they've seen me run over plenty of other people, so I don't think anybody could pick on you for it. This is funny. Now that this thing is disconnected, it's almost like waving around trying to connect to something. It's weird.
It misses its Filmogriter, doesn't it?
I guess it does. Come and get me. Come and get me. Don't just abandon me in the field. Alright. A little bit more, and a little bit more, and right about there. Got her. Okay, now
perfect.
PTO.
Right, let's try this again, eh?
Let's give it another shot. Let's see if that stabilizes things. Typically speaking, with more realistic, the trick is always to try to find a way to balance the weight. More horsepower is rarely the solution. Usually it's more about how do you get the whoops. There we go. How do you get the weight distribution right is sort of more important.
Yeah, it's certainly made a difference already.
There you go.
No more squiggly lines for Filmogriter.
So how did you come to the game? How did you start playing this game?
Believe it or not, my wife.
Yeah?
Yeah, she was getting right into it at one point. Whoop, lag. Yeah, she got me into it. So
wow.
I'm nearly at 1,000 hours now, and she's, I think, sitting at about probably 600 or 700 hours.
That's pretty awesome. I like it. Like for me, I sort of got into it for the same reason. There was a girlfriend at the time who wanted us to play a game together, so this is sort of what I came up with. So it's nice to hear that other people sort of have a similar path into the game.
I think playing co-op or multiplayer, especially with somebody like your wife, it makes a huge difference to a game. It's something you can share and enjoy. So
that's it. And it's the kind of thing too that when you do it with a partner like that, you end up just sort of picking and choosing the jobs that suit you best. You know, if she likes baling more, but you like loading bales more, or one person likes mowing and the other person likes tedding, and you can sort of, you know, pick out the jobs you want to do and get them done.
Yeah, she's quite big on forestry and wood chipping.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah, loves it. Absolutely loves it.
That's interesting. It's that's one of those things that so many people have a hatred for, that I'm always surprised to hear people who actually enjoy that stuff. Yeah,
it surprises me too. But you know, we've been playing Spectacle Island for quite a while now.
Oh, that's a perfect map.
As you would know, yeah, perfect for her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leaves me to doing crops and
that's it.
Doing her thing.
So she clears the fields for you, and then you plant them.
Yeah, I love plowing them and all that type of stuff. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that makes it interesting. It certainly does. What else do you play? Do you play other games?
I'm playing a bit of Farming Dynasty at the moment.
Okay.
I did a cattle and crops, but I pretty well finished everything that I could do in one night on that. So Yeah, which was interesting. And Fishing Barents Sea.
Ah, there you go. The boating game.
That's the one. It's quite an interesting game as well.
Yeah, it is. I was kind of interested in that game because Delta played it for a little bit on streams and stuff like that. So I'm pretty curious how that game's gonna develop over time. It certainly seems to be a game that's been released a lot more stable than the majority of the games we see nowadays. That's for sure. Like it actually works.
Yeah, and I haven't come across a problem with it at all.
That's it.
To this stage, so.
Well, when you see games like Cattle and Crops, and you see games like Farmer's Dynasty, and all of the struggles that they go through to release games that are stable, it becomes almost surprising after a while when one of them comes out and it actually works.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, I think Cattle and Crops, it has a lot of potential, but at the moment there's pretty well nothing to do, so.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? And I think that, I hope that people have the patience with it, because what those guys are trying to do is to bring in a whole other level of simulation into the game, but they're still in their infancy, and they're probably a good 2 years away from it being, you know, a practically playable game. So
yeah, I think as farm sims and stuff, it's probably up to us to support that. I mean,
yeah,
you know, a lot of people have their arguments as to, you know, what's the best farm sim game and stuff, and you know, Giants have been doing this for a long time, Mark.
That's it. And going up on 10 years now. I mean, 2008 was the first one they had out, and they're about to throw out their 2019, so they have a huge advantage.
Yeah, looking very forward to seeing what 19 brings to it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, it's like any game. The beauty behind games like this are the modders, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. So here's a little trick for you. Put your do you know how to use cruise control?
I do. I'm just having a lot of trouble with lag, so I'm jumping forward quite a lot. So,
okay.
So I do apologise to your.
No. Well, they can't see
viewers.
it. They can't see it. It just nope.
Okay.
On our on my screen, you just slow down to recover from the lag, and then you carry on.
Yeah, on my screen, I'm actually, like, the tractor's spinning around almost 90 degrees. So, yeah.
Letting it get caught up. Yeah, that is one thing about trying to farm on multiplayers, is that's always going to be a battle, is the lag issue. So many moving parts and so many textures being changed constantly. And when you're dealing with something like this, I mean, it looks simple enough, right? We're just two guys mowing a field, but the amount of processing that's going on to have that happen is pretty heavy on the network connection.
Yeah, it is, and especially over such a distance.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and I play with people from Europe, people from Australia, people from New Zealand, and I've gotten quite used to it. It doesn't bother me at all anymore. You know, I just sort of speed up or slow down according to whatever the network connections can handle. But I know a lot of people who just refuse to play multiplayer for that exact reason.
We don't have too much problem playing multiplayer, obviously, between my wife and I.
No, that's it.
We certainly don't have this lag problem. But,
no, that's it.
Yeah.
So here's a little trick. Like when you get to the end of the row, instead of trying to make a sharp right-hand turn, what I do is I turn in the other direction. So you make a loop around to the other way, and that basically allows you to just keep your forward momentum going and to just use the momentum to swing the mower around and to start another line.
At 3,141 milliseconds.
Yeah.
I don't think I have a forward momentum.
You're hitting 3,000 on your ping rate?
Dead seriously, yeah. I am.
Oh wow, yeah. So it's sending in a note that it wants to catch up by Tuesday.
I just think Tuesday, or you think a week after that's there? I'm really in the fence now. Goodness.
That's multiplayer for you. That's how she works.
So there'll be a lot of contracting for you to do here, repairing fences and whatnot.
Yeah.
Might get off your server.
That's it. Well, I'm thinking about buying these fields anyway, so we'll see. Maybe I'll get a better deal for them because the fences will be all destroyed.
Yeah, obviously, maybe I'm helping out, aren't I?
Yeah. I'll claim ignorance on that and just take it out of the price. Around we go.
So I think I'm just going to decelerate completely when it starts lagging really badly.
Okay, that's it. Just get off the gas. Do you want to just pull over and let me get ahead of you, and that way you don't feel so pushed to keep up?
Feel free to, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if you just hold right there, I'll come around. I'll come around you, and I'll take the lead, and that way you can run at whatever speed you need to for the network challenges. There we go. Just gonna go this way for a moment, and then I'm gonna swing back towards you, and you can just pull in right behind me.
What you got to realise as well is in Australia, our internet's run by a whole pile of people in a big room.
Yeah.
Cycling on bicycles.
Yeah. The gerbil internet.
That's the one.
I don't know of any country that's doing it actually right at this point. I kind of feel like I've got a friend, Maddie, who lives in Finland, and they have sort of universal internet, and I think that they sort of get it the best. I think they've managed to come up with a system where they get good high-speed internet all the time. But other than that, I don't know really of anybody who, in Canada especially, we basically have a telecommunications monopoly. So there's no motivation to actually put out a quality product. So we are always dealing with, you know, expensive internet rates and slow internets and different things. They don't develop anything outside of the city centers. They just ignore those places. So it's
at the moment here they're doing what they're calling the national broadband scheme, where they're installing a national broadband system. But due to politics and stuff, which we obviously won't go into because that's not what this is about. But they're using very old technology, trying to keep it cheap. So
yeah. That's always the thing that ends up happening also, right? As soon as you mix the government and the internet, they're never able to keep up because of the complexity of approval processes within governance sort of paralyze them from being able to keep up. And the technology is changing so fast all the time. By the time they get the approval to install a system, it's antiquated.
Yeah, that's it. There we go, you'll be proud. I just hit 4,500.
Oh, nice. That may be a new server record.
Oh, at least I've got a record in something other than non-straight lines.
I was playing with another Australian friend, Johnny V, and he's used to playing with Icelandic Farmer and Brummy Farmer over in Europe. And he's in Perth. And he was bragging about how, you know, he was managing to get 120 ping rate on it and was pretty proud of himself for it.
Yeah, well, I'm sitting around 140.
There you go.
And then I have those spikes, yeah.
Then it just shoots through the roof. So your system, is it a landline system or is it a wireless system?
Yeah, no, landline, telephone.
Oh, okay. It's harder to explain then why things ping so high, isn't it?
It is, but we also suffer a lot of dropouts as well.
Yeah.
On this system, so they're only like, you know, split-second dropouts.
No, that's
they're enough to cause problems.
Yeah. So do you play any multiplayer on other games?
Over
the internet, I mean?
Yeah, PUBG.
Yeah.
With my brother-in-law. We were playing Wildlands. Tom
Right.
Clancy's Wildlands.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. So never any problems with that. But you know, we're in the same state. So.
That's it. You're basically you're not crossing any oceans or switching 6 different companies, right? So.
Yeah, and years ago, I used to DayZ with a guy in Canada actually.
Yeah.
Never ever had a problem, but that was when I had ADSL rather than NBN. So.
Right. Okay. So have you just only recently moved out outside of the city, or?
2 years, I think. 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
We moved out here to build up, yeah.
What's the agriculture like where you're from? What do you guys grow?
Around where I am, there's obviously a lot of baling and stuff going on. So you know, a lot of cattle and sheep and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of grass work and.
Quite a lot, actually. We've just been through a pile of baling just recently, so...
Really, eh?
Yeah. Which is always good to see. In fact, where we're building our house, it's basically plonked in amongst a massive pile of grass fields.
Oh, really, eh?
That have just been baled, yeah, so...
That must be fun, though, if you're playing Farm Sim and seeing the machines work like that.
Yeah, I think next baling season it might be a bit of a lawn chair and a cup of coffee and just watch them do their baling and cutting.
Get yourself a drone, start selling pictures.
I might be able to give them some farming advice. I don't know whether it'd go down well, but
I'm an expert. I played this on the internet.
Yeah, pretty well.
You guys are doing it wrong. I googled it. Probably not a way to endear yourself to the local farmers, opening a conversation like that.
Yeah, your gearbox setup's wrong.
Yeah.
I have actually met people who think that they know pretty well everything about certain things because they've played them on games, but it's quite funny.
Yeah, I'm the exact opposite. The more I play this game, and the more research I do to try to play it, not right, but to at least have a better understanding of why I'm doing things in game, the more I realize that this game, there's so many holes in how things are being done. Even here, like we're mowing this field for hay, so you know. Real world, we would leave this out for a couple of days, then we would ted it to dry the other side of it, and then we would bale it once it's dry. But with seasons, if I leave this grass out in the field, at midnight I'm going to lose half my grass. So you sort of have to fake the fact that you're tedding stuff, right? So we have to ted this stuff right away, and then I will bale it tomorrow, but it's not, it doesn't reflect real life things.
No, but I think it's pretty interesting. Like, you know, I'm nearly at 900 hours on, which is probably for a lot of viewers is probably not much really on Farming Sim.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm still learning a lot as I go. So.
No, that's it. And the good thing about this game, I always find, is that it makes you ask questions. Like whether you're playing it arcade style or playing it simulator style. It just makes you wonder how is this stuff done and what this equipment is doing, and that can only be a good thing.
Well, it's in a sense educational, isn't it? So.
It's very educational, and I love the fact that a lot of the young kids who play it are actually, you know, they come from farms or they work with the land or they're somehow connected to what this game reflects, and it really. When you've got so many games that, you know, glorify being a soldier or being this or being that, and then you get a game that glorifies basically just what their parents do and what their family does for a living, I have a lot of respect for those guys.
It's pretty impressive, and I think as a parent who does something like this for real and to have your child so interested in it would be quite a humbling thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's it. I was having a conversation. One of my viewers, his dad walked in on him while we were playing this game, and he was his father was asking him all sorts of questions of who are you playing with and why are you guys doing farming? And he's like, well, you know, the old guy just came in from the field and he comes home to find his kid imitating what he did all day. So it was really.
Yeah, I still have people laugh at me when they find out that I farm on
the internet. Yeah. It's not something that I freely admit in a polite company. Most of the people I know that I do this, but let's just say that my professional life and my farming life are fairly well segregated. I don't think a lot of my employers would understand. We're getting to the end of this field now, aren't we?
Yeah, I managed to stay relatively straight.
There you go. Take one more swath at it, and I think we're done. All right, and that's where I'm going to end this episode, too. We got a couple more fields to mow, and then we're going to be doing a little bit of tedding. But thank you so much for joining me.
It's been absolutely awesome, and my apologies to your viewers for some of the wiggly lines. I think we might title it Australian Lag.
There you go. On the subject of wiggly lines, if anybody else wants to join me and do wiggly lines, now you know that I have no expectations of perfection when we're doing this. So my Discord is down below. That's how Film found me to be able to come on and farm with me today. So if you guys want to join me for a little bit of farming and a little bit of chit chat and come and do an episode with me, everybody's always welcome. It'll be a joy to have people on board and to get to meet some of the viewers, like get to meet people like you.
Certainly, thanks to you for all the content that you put up and all the entertainment you provide us with too.
Very welcome, man. It's an absolute joy to do it. I just do this for fun, and it's been amazing just meeting people, just all the people I've met doing it.
That's what gaming's all about.
Exactly. All right, folks, we are going to keep working, but you guys have yourselves a good night. Say goodbye.
See you guys.